welcome. This is kind of going to be a 24-hour readathon mixed with just a weekend reading vlog. I'm setting the timer just because I want to read as much as I can, but the vibe's just going to be cozy, chill reading times. I'm not going to be staying up ridiculously late. This can go on for as many days as I want it to. Like, it's just going to be chill. I started the readathon this morning officially. Like, I started the timer because I was editing all morning. So like when things were exporting, when I was making thumbnails and stuff, I was reading or listening to my audiobook. And conveniently I filmed all afternoon, and guess what? It's all gone to waste. I feel like I always start my videos crashing out about my phone because I film on my phone. And yesterday I filmed a 40-minute video. It was fine. Edited it, uploaded it on my laptop, then deleted everything so I had the storage on my phone. And I started filming today, and it won't film for more than 20 minutes without saying I've run out of storage. And it happened twice, so I gave up filming that video. I got ready and everything, and it's all gone to waste. But I'm also filming a 24-hour readathon, so I thought, oh, let me just film the intro to that instead, because surely I'll have enough storage for that. No. So this clip is going to have to stay short because my phone is just dying on me right now. Even though I've got over 10 gigs of storage, it's somehow not recording anything. So my current reads at the moment are The Second Death of Locke, Lessons in Chemistry, Us Against You, and The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which I know sounds like a lot, but The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is an audiobook. It came through my library hold, and I want to read it. I've watched the film, but I've never read it. Us Against You is my Kindle read, and then I've got 2 physical reads, which Lessons in Chemistry and Second Death of Locke. Lessons in Chemistry started out as an audiobook, but then my hold ran out, and I had the physical copy, so I was like, I may as well just carry on reading it instead of renewing it and holding it from someone else. But then I got The Second Death of Locke for Christmas, and I started reading that. So I have got 2 physical books, which is annoying. But hopefully, throughout the process of the next few days, I can finish them all. That would be gorge. Good way to start the new year. Maybe like get a head start on my reading goal, which is 30 books this year. Those are the vibes. So I've already read for I think over 2 hours. My timer has 22 hours and 20 minutes left on it. So it's just been going this morning, and I'm going to read for the rest of the day. Basically, that's all my plans are now because I've got nothing to edit because my videos didn't save. So, but I will see you in a bit. Just read one of the most beautiful quotes, so if you don't want spoilers, I don't think it's spoilery that much, but skip to this time. But it says, I am yours, and I have been since the day we were bound, and even before that. I don't care for the name or the title or even for the power. I care for you. Guys, this is cute. This is very, very cute. It was giving me 3.5 star vibes for most of the time, and I think it still is. Like, I'm not super attached, I'm not super in it, but it's still really good, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm liking the romance. If the romance was worse, I would like it less because I feel like the romance is what's carrying it right now. I'm not a huge fan of, well, not a huge fan, that sounds like really negative, but like I'm not super invested in the plot at the moment, so the romance is definitely carrying this part of the book for me. few times now and then. I'm on page 440, I'm only like 20 pages from the end. And so I think like the big stuff has happened, although 20 pages feels like a suspicious amount of time. Like maybe something big could happen, who knows. It feels like things are wrapping up, and I've been like crying with emotion over like everything they've all been through together. I've not been crying, but a tear has welled in my eye, and I did not expect that. So I still don't think it's a 4-star, but I definitely think it's a solid book, and I would continue the series. As you saw in the B-roll footage, I've finished the second Death of Lot. I really enjoyed this. I settled on a 3.75 stars, which I know is a bit like finicky, but I feel like it wasn't quite a 4-star, but it was way more than just an average book. A 4-star to me is like quite a high rating. If you think about it, half of 5 is 2.5. So that's like average, basic, not bad, but not anything special. 3 stars is I would recommend, I enjoyed, it was good. 4 stars is like that was really amazing. It's standout book of the month for me. I will be recommending it for the foreseeable. And then 5-star is that changed my life. New favorite book of all time, no faults. So this falls at 3.75, which I think is quite a fair rating. I feel slightly disappointed because everyone else I see reading this gave it 5 stars, and that was not the case for me. I'm not sure why, because the elements of this book are things that I like in books. The romance was really well done. It was emotional. There was lots of yearning. They were very devoted to each other, and that is the romance I prefer over like lustful, just gross romances. That a lot of romances I feel like have, which is insta love and very lusty and very physical. This was, I think, quite beautiful because I do love friends to lovers, which is what this is. But apart from that, I feel like it was still a subplot. Like the fantasy still took forefront, and I really liked that. I was hooked by the plot. There was no plot twist per se, but it wasn't predictable. Like there was things going on. So I don't know why I wasn't obsessed with it, but I still really enjoyed it. I'm still willing to read the rest of the series or the duology, whatever's going to come out, because this only came out last year, so there's no more books out yet, but I know it is going to be a series. So yeah, I'm really excited. I like this book. I really liked the idea of having a lady knight, and I definitely want more of those. I got Paladin's Grace for Christmas as well, which I'm pretty sure is also a lady knight retelling. Not retelling, but book, and I'm excited to read that too. But after I finished that, I just decided to decompress for a bit because it was slightly emotional. I just downloaded Stardew Valley on my iPad. I was unaware you could even do this, and it was decent price in the App Store, so I bought it because sue me. So I did that whilst listening to my audiobook, and now I'm going to get a little snack. It's around 9 p.m. and the timer has 17 hours and 20 minutes left, which I feel like is not long. Like, considering I haven't felt like I've been reading much today, I've actually read for 7 hours nearly, which is insane. I'm gonna get a snack and I'll see you in a bit. My next read is definitely going to be Us Against You because it's the evening now, so I'll be reading on my Kindle in bed, and let's see where the night takes us. Good morning. As you can tell from my voice, my throat is not slaying right now. I've gotten like a sore throat overnight, which is disgusting. I also did sleep in today. It's like 9:30 or maybe even nearly 10 now. And I have been reading a bit this morning. I'm down to 16 hours on the timer officially from last night and this morning. And hopefully I can get it down to 8 again today and do 8 tomorrow. But I'd rather read for more than 8 hours today. I've got a full whole day. I'm starting way earlier than I did yesterday. So I think for the daytime, I'm gonna read Lessons in Chemistry today. I'm already about 100 pages in from reading it previously and then this morning, and I think it's 400 pages. So I've got 300 to read today, which shouldn't be too bad. And then when I finish that, I'll try and finish Beartown, and that'll feel so good because I've been reading. Also, I've got my audiobook, obviously, which I've been listening to this morning as well. But I've been reading these 3 books physically for a while, and I keep wanting to read new books. Like I keep seeing or like getting a book for Christmas or seeing one on TikTok, and I can't because I'm already reading 3. So having my currently reading just wiped out will feel so nice, so I can just pick up whatever I want. Let's get on with the day. Time to update wait because I am actually quite far into lessons in chemistry now. I'm on page 253, chapter 29, and look, I've only got a little bit left, and I am loving this. Like, really, well, not surprised because it was literally one of the most famous books of 2024, I think. I get so angry at points, but that's the nature of the book, which I'll give you a quick synopsis so you understand. It follows a woman called Elizabeth Zott, who's a chemist, but in the 1960s. So, unfortunately for her, because she's a woman, she gets overlooked, underestimated, overworked, underpaid. Like, people take credit for her work. Like, it's a whole thing, and you just follow her as a scientist and some other journeys that she embarks on in her life. I'm loving it. Like, it's so good. I love her as a character. I'm loving like the feminist discussions, the discussions on religion, science, equality, motherhood. Especially the motherhood discussions in this are so good, and I'm just loving it. I'm loving the characters, but naturally, with the misogyny that she faces, it does bring a lot of frustration to us as readers. But I mean, that's to be expected with books of this nature. So I'm loving this. I think my timer's downstairs and it's actually still going because I literally just popped up to film this. But I think it will be under 14 hours now, like around 13 and a half, because I've been like listening to my audiobook and reading this all day. Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I'm really enjoying it, and I don't really know like what I would rate it because I've watched the film and so far like it's very similar. I can't really tell how far in I am. I'm 7.5 hours into the audiobook, if that gives anyone a clue, but like I don't know what percentage that is. I don't know what chapter or page it is, but we've definitely gotten like proper into the storyline. I would say we're still in part 1, the mentor, but like I feel like it's weird because it's something I've already known, so now I've got to evaluate the movie, the story as a whole. Like when I watched the movie, loved it, but I wasn't rating it, and now I'm reading the book and I know everything that's happening, so it's not like I can think, oh, I'm liking this or I'm hating this because I know it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know what star rating it's giving at the moment. Probably 3.5 to 4. Like I loved the film and I'm loving the book just as much, so if it carries on the same way, I'm sure I'll love it. This is definitely like 4 to 4.5 area. I'm really loving like general fiction at the moment. And then Us Against You I read last night, and then once I finish this I'll carry on reading that for the rest of the day, and I think I'll have time to start another book in the readathon, but I don't think I'll have time to finish it because this is probably going to take me a couple hours. I think I've got like 100 to like 150 pages left, and in Us Against You I know it's around 500 pages and I'm 150-ish in, so I think that will take me a good 4 or 5 hours to finish. I think I'll definitely have time to start a final book, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish it unless I choose a really short one. Obsessed, loving it, can't wait to go and read some more. Okay, I literally just finished reading Lessons in Chemistry and 4.5 stars immediately. It was so good. As I said earlier, a lot of the stuff didn't change with the anger because I feel like even towards the end, we would take like 5 steps forward and then 4 steps backwards. But I just think it was such an inspiring story. I teared up so many times towards the end. Like, oh, I just think everyone should read that book. So if you've not read Lessons in Chemistry, you need to. Honestly, it could go up to a 5-star, but at the moment I'm saying 4. I don't know. I think it could be 5. And what a way to start the year with the second book being 5 stars. I actually haven't checked the timer. If I could guess, no, I'm going to go check it because you should have the facts. I just made the exact same rookie error as I did in my last readathon, where I don't know if any of you have done a timer on Apple, but on the lock screen, the pause and the delete button are right next to each other. So I just went to check, saw it was 11.5 hours, went to pause it because I'm obviously not reading right now. Guess what? I accidentally deleted it. So I'm going to have to start a new one, but at least I saw exactly what time it was on. But it was literally on 11 hours, 31 minutes left, which is not bad if I say so myself because it's only 4:30, even though it looks like it's 10 p.m. outside right now because the sun has basically fully set. I can't wait to read more tonight. I'm just going to carry on reading Us Against You. We are having people around for dinner, but not for another hour, and they won't be here for too long. So gonna go read some more of Us Against You, and I'll see you in a bit. Slight change of plan. Dinner took way longer than I thought it would, so it's now 8 p.m. and I'm ready to get cozy. I'm ready to get in bed. So I'm going to take my makeup off, put my PJs on, all the cozy good vibes, and just read until I fall asleep. I've not checked the timer, but I think it was around 11 hours, maybe I think it was 11 when I last checked. So yeah, let's get ready for bed, y'all. Okay, so it is Sunday. Well, I think it's probably afternoon now because I just got back from church. I woke up this morning, listened to my audiobook, got ready, left. So it's now 1 o'clock. We have officially got 8.5 hours left, guys. We're nearly there, which is so exciting. I stayed up till probably 11 last night reading, and let's see how far I'm into Beartown. Not Beartown, Us Against You. I'm just at the beginning of chapter 31, which is page 306 out of 508. And it says I've got 2 hours 53 minutes left of the book, which is exciting but also scary because this book has been so painful so far, and I'm really actually concerned for the well-being of some of the characters in this book. So I'm scared to see what's going to happen. But I'm literally going to get changed now and spend the rest of the afternoon reading this book until I'm done, and then I will probably have, I think, around 5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours left. So I reckon if I pick the right book, I could finish it. But at the end of the day, if I'm in a mood to pick up a thick fantasy book, then I probably won't be finishing fourth? No, third? I've read 2 books, so third book, because I don't think I'm going to finish The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm halfway through at the moment. I think maybe just over halfway, but I've got about 7 hours left of that audiobook, so I'm not going to finish it during this readathon because I'm going to prioritize physically reading. But I've definitely made a good dent, and it's a big book, so I'm excited to finish it this week. I have been reading literally all afternoon. It's 4:15 now. I did have a break to have like a big Sunday roast with my family. That wasn't for very long, and I'm now on page 446 of not Beartown. I don't know why I keep calling it Beartown. Us Against You. And so I think I've got like 50 pages left, and oh my goodness, it is so good. I feel like this one was a bit slower to get into, but that might be because I kind of struggle with reading books consecutively in a series. I don't know why, because I started this one immediately after I finished Beartown, and I've still read The Second Death of Locke and Lessons in Chemistry in between those. That's like, it's slow to get into, and I don't know why I struggle, but I always do this. Like, I'll finish a book in a series and I'll start the next one, and then I kind of just don't carry it on, and I either read other books and then remember, oh, I missed that series, and go back and finish it, or I just take ages to read it. It's just a whole thing. I was worried that this wasn't going to be a 5 stars because I'm obsessed with this series, and I was like, I really hope this one is good. 100% 5-star. Like, literally the easiest 5-star I've ever given. I've not even finished it yet, but I doubt there's anything that could happen that would make this book not be 5 stars because it's literally insane. So I'll get back to you once I've finished it. Hopefully all will be well, although I doubt it. This book has been so heartbreaking so far. Literally, I've teared up so many times. I've highlighted so many quotes. I wish I could show some of them. I feel like that's spoilers, although a lot of the quotes never mention anyone's names, so I might drop a few in there. I'll get back to you once I'm done. Guys, this is not going well. I haven't checked my percentage because I turned all the things at the bottom off, so I just would stop looking at how far I was and just read. And I think I'm quite near the end. Guys, I'm scared. I'm really scared because something really bad just happened, and I do not know how this is going to be resolved. Like, okay, there's no resolvement, but something bad happened, and I'm really scared that the way everyone else is going to react is going to be so bad. And I'm just sad over the thing that happened. I did shed a tear, but I've not been crying, thank goodness. I spoke too soon. What happened didn't upset me that much, but the way that he can write about it afterwards. Stop, leave me alone. Like, what? Frederick Backman can write, and it's actually going to be the death of me because I'm crying over something that I didn't care about that much. Well, okay, I cared about it a lot, but like, I wasn't crying over it. No, I in fact am. I just finished Us Against You. Many more tears were cried, and honestly I didn't film it because I'm such an ugly crier that I don't want that being put on the internet, so soz guys. The way Frederick Backman can write is actually mind-boggling. Like, it's not flowery, he's not super descriptive, he packs a punch in like one sentence, and he chooses the titles for his books so well. Obviously Beartown made sense, but Us Against You was such a good fit, and I can't wait to see how the winners gets like wrapped into that book. I'm definitely going to pick that up soon, but not tonight. I don't think I have the emotional capacity for it. But I'm going to go and tear and makeup off, get ready for bed. Even though it's actually only 5:20, it feels like 10 p.m, but we've still got a good 5 hours left of this readathon. So I'm going to go and like get ready for bed, and then we'll pick out our next book, because I've officially read every book on the TBR apart from Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but I'm currently reading that, and that's an audiobook. I need a physical book. I've just come up and gotten ready. We've got just under 5 hours left of the readathon, and I've got some options, so let's discuss. First up, we have Paladin's Grace. I got this for Christmas, and I know it's cozy fantasy, it's a good vibe. I got it pretty recently, so I want to read it, and it's only short, so I probably could finish this. Yeah, it's like not even 400 pages, so I could finish this in the readathon if I wanted to. Next, The Final Empire. This is on my 2026 TBR, and I keep thinking to myself, I've got 5 hours of reading time. There's no time like the present to read a thick, intimidating fantasy, which is a common feature in this list. Because if I've got 5 hours to get into it, then I'll get into it properly and then I'll consistently read it. Whereas if I just try and start it on a random school evening, I'm going to get 50 pages in and still be lost. So this is another option. In a similar vein, we have The Sword of Kaigan. This is also my 2026 TBR, and I have the Kindle version of this. So if I start reading it, I won't finish it tonight, but it'll be very portable. I'll be able to read at college. I'll be able to read anywhere at night. If I start reading this now, once it gets dark, I can start reading this. And then finally, to add a bit of variance into the genres, I've got Just Kids by Patti Smith. I also got this for Christmas, and I do really want to read this like in the winter still. But the more I think about it, the more drawn I am to all three of these. I genuinely don't know which one. Like, normally when I make a TBI, I have some sort of idea of which way I'm leaning, but Paladin's Grace really is speaking to me because I want a fun, cozy, relaxing time. However, Sword of Kaigan really, really tempting me. And so is The Final Empire, although I would say this is probably the least. I think it's between Paladin's Grace and Sword of Kaigan. So I'm just going to go and have a quick snack for dinner because I had quite a big lunch. And then I will hopefully have decided which book to read and we can get stuck in. I think I've decided, and I think it has to be The Sword of Kaigan, because I just, like, I opened this, I decided to read a chapter from each, and I really loved this, and I kept thinking, this is the right pick. I would finish this in the time. But I just keep seeing better to die sharp in war than rust through a time of peace, and I know this is about to destroy me, and I know it's about to be another 5 stars, and I think, how incredible would it be to have 3 5 stars in a row? She's got to be started, I'm sorry, she's the one I've chosen. I've made a decent chunk into the Sword of Kaigen and I am loving it so far. I'm literally so invested. I'm on page 174 and as you just saw, I've got about an hour and 45 left of the readathon, which is not long. And I feel like I've not even been reading this for that long, and then I look at the clock and it's been 3 hours. This is pretty normal pace for me to be nearly 200 pages in after 3 or 4 hours because it's a high fantasy book with a completely new world and a whole dictionary size of a glossary at the back because there are so many new words. I've realised I didn't really give a brief synopsis on the Sword of Kaigen. It basically follows a mother and a son living in, I wouldn't say rural, but a very deserted, isolated warrior village, and it's up the top of a mountain, and it kind of goes through the experience of the son who starts the book at 14. I don't know if this follows like many years, but he stayed 14 this whole time, and his mother who has sort of a hidden past because in this village they're very traditional, very medieval, because it seems like in the mainland and in the other countries in the world they're quite modernized, like they've got phones and they've got normal modes of transport and less traditional views, but here it's swords, walking. They don't have hospitals or anything. It's like village healers. Women are very inferior in this like part of the world, but our mother in this, she's got a bit of a past that we're finding more and more about as we get more into the story, and I'm really loving her character. I think she's my favourite so far. It's just been so interesting, and honestly, the back doesn't give much away, even though it's quite a long blurb. So I have no idea where this is going to go. There's things that are being hinted at here and there, but they might not happen. Like, I genuinely have no idea, and I'm really scared that I spoiled myself whilst I was kind of breaking the spine, because sometimes when the books are floppy like this, or like indie published, I go through the front and the back and I open each page at a time, and I accidentally saw a sentence and I'm in my head, I'm like, surely that cannot happen. But if it does, I will be so annoyed, because I know that if it does happen, that I would have been taken so off guard. I would have been crying, like sobbing, crying. I just still don't believe that it's actually happened, but it will be so disappointing because if I read it, it won't hit the same because I'm kind of new. I'm loving it. And like, I'm getting 5-star vibes from this as well, and I can't believe my luck. I'm quite picky with my 5 stars, but all of December and January have just been filled with amazing reads. Obviously, The Second Death of Locke wasn't a 5-star, but I still enjoyed it, and that's like what I expect from a book, was kind of that vibe. But I guess I've just been picking really good books that I know I'll like. I will see you in a bit. I might not even properly talk to the camera again till the readathon's done, because an hour and 45 is only going to get me probably 100 or 150 more pages in. So I'll see you on the other side. It's 11. We've literally got 12 minutes of the readathon, and I just got to chapter 14, which is page 276. I'm going to switch over to my Kindle now because I've come upstairs for the night and this light is not readable in. And I'm just going to read as much as I can. I won't finish the chapter because I already counted it. It's 20 pages. And there's no way I'm going to be able to read that in 12 minutes. But we're finally at the end. So let's see how much I can finish in this time. I'm being quiet because I don't want to wake up anyone else in the house. But the readathon finished over an hour ago and it's now 12:30, and I decided to carry on reading because I was too invested in the book. I haven't cried this much since I read Alchemized. Bro, I had to be sedated reading that book. I'm crying the same amount reading this, and I'm only on page 350 around about, and I don't even know what's gonna happen now. Like, what? I cried so much. Literally, like, I probably shouldn't be filming right now because I'm very fragile. I just had to come on the vlog and let you know I most definitely will be reading more tonight. I don't care how late I have to stay up to find some sense of resolution, and then I'm finishing it in the morning. So you'll get my full wrap-up thoughts in the vlog, even though I technically didn't finish this book in the 24-hour readathon because, oh my goodness, I've literally pulled myself together for this clip and I'm about to go and sob even more. Okay, it is now the next day. Readathon is done. I've actually started editing it this morning, but I wanted to give you a little like outro summary of how everything went and an update on the Sword of Kaigen because boy, do I have updates. So, first book I completed was The Second Death of Locke, which I've definitely settled on 3.75. There was definitely some outstanding parts of this book, definitely parts that fell a bit flat for me, but overall really good. Would totally recommend. Can't wait to read the second one. Then I finished Lessons in Chemistry, which is definitely a 5-star. I've been brewing on it and it's like 100% 5-star. I recommend it so much if you're interested in feminist literature, but also anyone can read it. It's not just people that are like, oh, I want to be feminist. Like anyone can read it. I think it's got really important messages all around, and it's a very good insight into life in the 60s. Then I finished Us Against You, yet another 5-star, and well, actually, no, I'll talk about that at the end. But 5-star, gonna read the winners this month 100%. I'm doing a video that it'll be featured in, so I can't wait to finish that vlog because I think it's gonna be so fun once it's done. It'll be like fun to edit as well. I just feel like it will be a bit of a step up in my content, so get excited for that. 5 stars all around. It was a bit hard to get into, but that's because I was reading it over Christmas, so I only read like the first 70 pages over around a week. But then as soon as I got into it in this readathon, like I kind of sat down and locked in. Easy 5-star. And then, actually, let's talk about Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes first. I've still not finished it, but it's going really well. I'm well over halfway. I've only got like 7 hours, 6 hours. I don't know, but I obviously listen to it on 1.5 speed as well. And I might speed it up a bit now that like I'm fully acclimated to the speed. I feel like I have to ease my way in. I always start books at 1.5 because that's like a normal talking speed to me. But once I'm really familiar with the world and like I'm locked in on the audiobook, I usually speed it up to 1.75 or 2 times speed. So that should be done the next few days. I'm going to work in a minute and I listen to audiobooks at work because I'm a cleaner, so can't wait. And then The Sword of Kaigen. Guys, after I filmed that clip last night, I carried on reading. I actually needed to be sedated. I read for like another hour and it got to the point where I was crying harder than I cried for Alchemize. And Alchemize, I think objectively is more heartbreaking than the Sword of Kaigen, but the way it was written and the attachment I have to the characters just meant I was crying just as hard. I genuinely would put the book down and sob into my pillow without trying to wake up my parents. Like I literally needed sedation and I had to stop reading because I was getting so upset that I couldn't even read because I was crying too much. And I was like, you know what? The chapter's ended. Let me put it away. So I didn't even end up staying that late to like finish the book, which was what I was going to do because I couldn't handle it anymore. And I read some more this morning and it's definitely getting better, but there's still like just this sense of literal depression in the air. So I put that down to start editing this video, and I've been editing literally all day and now I'm going to go to work. So I hope you enjoyed this video. From what I've edited so far, it's definitely probably my favorite vlog that I've done out of them all. I just think it's got some fun B-roll. It's got amazing books. And also the Sword of Kaigen, I can guarantee is going to be a 5-star unless it goes ridiculously downhill from here because I am only 60% in. But like I'm already getting 5-star vibes. So I've never had 3 consecutive 5-stars, especially ones that aren't in the same series. Like I might have had 2 consecutive in the same series because I love that series, but I've never had 3 completely separate ones in a row be 5-stars. That is literally unheard of for me. And I can just feel that this year is going to be the year where I just am so intentional with my reading. I feel now that I've become so aware of my taste, I'm just picking up books I know I'm going to love. So if I'm giving out 5-stars left, right, and center, I'm still a picky 5-star giver. I just pick the right books. There's not many books that I'll give 5 stars, but I know the ones that I will, and I prioritize those, and look where that's got me. So I hope you enjoyed. This was such a fun vlog to film. I had such a nice cozy weekend. It's literally frosty outside right now. I think I've got some clips towards the end of it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.